on, guys? This is DJ Clan Smasher. Today I'm bringing you Elite Gaming versus One Hive. So as you can see, the score was 113 to 115. It should have been a little bit closer. We didn't dip one of the last 10s. It could have been 114 to 115. So very close war. And as you can see, we did get an 11v11. It was actually by me against Itzu, the crazy base builder, so I'm pretty excited about that. So stay tuned for that hit at the very end. And then we did do very well on the 10v11 hits, as you can see, 5 out of 7, 71% on that. And 10v10s, we did slack on that for a bit in this specific war. We only got 6. So I'm sure that if we would have done a little bit better on the 10v10s, we would have for sure had this war. I actually got a 10v10 fresh hit on that one, so stay tuned for that in the remainder of the episode. And I'll go ahead and show you the other 10v10s as well. So let's go ahead and get started with this.
Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. This is DJ Clan Smasher, and now we're going to go ahead and check out the 9v9 hit on their number 32. And this one's going to be by Zoblia here, and he's going to be doing a Golem Avalanche with a Queen Walk. So starting in with a minion over here at the 6 o'clock portion, Baby Dragon up top at 12 o'clock just to kind of clear some of the pathway. Once the Baby Dragon clears that portion, the Queen is going to be started at the 9 o'clock section. As you can see, trying to move down, Golem goes in, and the Queen is going to start moving from 9 going to 6 o'clock. And then there goes the second Golem up top, closer to 11 o'clock. And once everything goes in, he's going to send the King and the boulders. So the Queen is starting up the funnel, and when the Queen starts walking to 6 o'clock, the boulders are forced inside to make sure that the base gets trashed from the middle section. And the good thing is that the Lava Hound didn't keep the Queen stuck because the Wizards were able to pop that in the middle. And now the Golem is tanking up top for these nice Wizards, and the Queen has a real nice Queen ability still left. So this base is pretty much trashed at this point. So let's go ahead and fast forward, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next hit. So when it came to this war, guys, we got 6 10v10s, as we spoke about that shortly, and then they got 10 10v10s, so they did beat us there. They did a great job with the 10v10s, and we were struggling for a while, so that was our issue. We spent too much time on a few of their bases, which finally did clear, but it did take a little while for us to get it. So as you can see right here, Big John is going to be doing the first 10v10 at the very bottom versus Quay. We did this one did hold for a pretty good amount of time. But we finally were able to take it down, and we used a Bow Witch type of attack. We were doing all kinds of attacks, and at the end we ended up doing this kind of attack that actually worked. So there goes John with the TT type of attack style. The Queen starts going from 6 going to 9 o'clock. There goes the core section. The King triggers the Big Bomb, very important. That way the boulders don't get hit and destroyed. And the Baby Dragon does go down with the poison, so very good stuff there. And as the King is tanking, finally uses the King ability. King moves in, takes care of the single Inferno, and after that is pretty much good game right here. The Queen is tanking because of the healers still being alive. And there is no more defenses left except for that cannon, but the Queen still has a Queen ability, so you already know that this is going to be over. So great job there by Big John getting that first 10v10 at the very bottom for the tier 1. I believe that was a tier 1. So let's go ahead and move on to this next hit. This one's going to be by Rakib, and this base again was tried a pretty good amount of times, and Rakib finally was able to clean this base up, taking it away from our nightmares. But so as far as 10v10s go, we were hoping to get at least 8, that way we can attempt more 11v11s, but that was not the case. We weren't on our A game. We usually average about 8 to 10 10v10s, so we didn't do so well in this war, but I did manage to get a 10v10 myself, even though I'm part of the 10v11 crew. I've been practicing with those hits, so I finally got a good hit in this war, just because we had a pretty good amount of 10v11 guys. So I was given an opportunity to try out, and I was able to get a fresh hit. So stay tuned for that one. You'll be taking a look at that one here in a few more hits. So as you can see, Rakib is doing a great Queen charge, and this single Inferno is going to go down by the Queen. Uses the Queen ability to make sure that that single Inferno doesn't take her down, and then finally starts the Lalo portion. As you can see, 2 haste spells, a few loons going in, and then a few more haste, a rage right in the core section to get through this base. And then once that wizard tower goes down, there is no more splash damage, so it's pretty much over at this point. So great job there by Rakib. It was definitely a great clean. As you can see, it is pretty much overkill. There's like 12 loons left chasing this king. Finally takes it down, and it is pretty much over. So let's go ahead and move on to the next hit. This one's going to be by Bakir, and he actually got a 6-pack. So this guy is a man with a master plan. He came from One Hive 2.0, joined us for this season, and he has been killing it. He's actually at the top of the leaderboards with 6 out of 10, so 60%, 10v10 hit rate. So great job there by Bakir. Pretty OP. So as you can see, the king goes in with the wizard just to kind of do the Kiwi type of attack a little bit, making sure that the funnel is created for this queen walk. Well, most likely queen charge, so that air defense does go down. After that, being very patient for the CC, places a poison and then a rage spell to keep the queen alive. Doesn't want to use that queen ability until later on, so that's the reason why he did that. And then after that, once he charged right here, the king finally does go down. And once the king goes down, it's going to be the queen is going to go ahead and move forward, take down the 2 air defenses. So there's only 1 air defense left for this base. And as you can see, the queen just did so much work. It's going to take care of the enemy queen, use the queen ability, took care of the wizard towers in the middle section for the splash. And there it is. So as you can see, the Lalo portion is finally started, and it is pretty much game over right here. The wizard tower went down, so that really helped out. There was no heal spells in this base, so that was pretty insane, but he did get a great amount of work with that queen charge, and the queen's still alive. The cleanup is just super strong. 1 full lava hound and a bunch of minions and pups. So let's go ahead and fast forward, and we'll take a look at the next hit from Bakir, because like I said, he did get a 6-pack, so he just killed it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next hit. So it is going to be against their number 18. So we will 2-time this attack, and as you can see, this is going to be a Sui Lalo type of attack. He got some great value here. So there goes the golem, there goes the wall breakers to break right in, and then there goes the rest of the wall breakers to get into the core section. The queen moves in, and as you can see, check out this value right here. Wow, those wall breakers did a lot of work. So anyways, the queen is able to snipe the single Inferno tower. It was very close. She almost didn't get it, but the good thing is that she finally did. Had to use the queen ability pretty early. And then now the Lalo portion is ready to be started. So here goes the Lalo, sending in a few haste spells here and there. And then getting into the core section, 1 rage spell into the core with a heal to keep them alive because of the wizard towers. And then a real nice haste to get through the last portion of the base, and still has 1 final haste to be able to get to that wizard tower without taking too much damage. It was very close there at the end, but the good thing is that that haste spell stayed there for a while, so that the rest of the loons can move in and take care of the rest of the base. So great job there by Bakir getting that awesome 6-pack. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to my hit. This is actually going to be a fresh hit. So with this one, I figured that I could use this army composition to go ahead and take this base down. I've been practicing with it, so I felt pretty comfortable. So with this base, the only thing that was worrying me is this gold storage. We were talking about it, discussing it, and after so many minutes of discussing it, we figured, you know what, the queen's not going to go that way. And guess what? The queen did go that way, so I was freaked out. I didn't think it was going to happen, and the queen almost died, but then at the end she did reroute, so that was good. Once the queen rerouted, I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and start the flank and get those giants going before the single Inferno pops in. So once the single Inferno started targeting my giants, I figured, let's go and get that rage going, a heal for the town hall, and then after that, another rage spell right in the core section. Check this bowler bounce out right here. Boom. Took out the Inferno tower, which was very surprising. I was not expecting that to happen. And then after that, it was pretty much game over. I was able to take care of the wizard tower. The queen was able to snipe the archer tower. And after that, these baby dragons did a pretty good amount of work and cleaned up the base pretty darn quick. So let's go ahead and fast forward that, and we'll move on to the last 10v10 hit. Alright, so they're number 10. So TT actually did his very special attack against their number 10, and he was able to take this base down. So he starts with a few archers just to kind of get rid of some of the trash buildings and kind of create a funnel. That way the troops aren't walking too much. So there goes the flank portion at the top at 12 o'clock. And now there goes the giants in the core section, the rest of the bowlers, and then after that the king. And it's going to place the rage spell here in a bit, just very patiently waiting. And then once the dragon comes out, that's when he places the rage spell. And then a real nice heal to keep everything in the middle safe. And then after that, the rage spell, the second rage spell was placed, which allowed the bowlers to be able to take care of the Infernal Tower. And once the Infernal Tower went down, you already know that the queen's going to be able to take care of the rest of the core. The rest of the base, since the core is already taken care of, and she just has to walk through the outside. And the good thing is that the queen still has the queen ability, so she isn't worried at that point. Everything is taken care of, and the base is taken care of. So nice 3-star there by TC. Going, I don't remember if this was fresh or not. Let me go and take a look. No, actually it was not. So it was hit a few times, and he finally took care of that one. So let's go ahead and move on to the next hit, guys. This one's going to be an 11v11, and it was actually me against Itzu. Itzu attacked my base that Jet built, and luckily I was able to defend the 11v11, and I was able to attack his base. And guess what, guys? I 3-starred the Itzu, the crazy base builder. So I was very surprised to get that one through. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I used the baby dragons just to kind of get the core going and getting that funnel. And then this is where I got a little sketch. I thought my troops were going to go in and my queen was going to go into the core section. Fortunately, that did not happen, but the bowlers did take care of the enemy queen, which helped out a lot. And then my queen was able to take care of the baby dragon and the air defense. Once that was taken care of, I started the Lalo portion over here at 9 o'clock, and then after that I sent in the rest of the Lalo portion with a rage spell right here in the core for the single Infernal, since I knew that was high HP. Send in a heal spell to keep things alive. I knew that they were going to get closer to the eagle, so I wasn't worried there, but I just wanted to make sure they were good to go. And then I started getting sketched because all of these skelly traps came out and they started hitting my loons, and I thought I was going to run out of loons. The good thing is that I sent in a minion to kind of help out with that, and the loons were able to take care of the archer tower, so it was very close. But I did have one loon remaining, so I did get that 3-star versus Itzu in this war. So I was pretty happy about this war overall. I did pretty well. I actually got a 10v11 fresh, 10v10, and 11v11, and of course a dip. So, and on the 10v11 I got a 68%, so I got one of the highest 10v11s. I was pretty happy about that. But I'm going to go in and show you Blue Hazard, who actually joined us from Cold September after playing a Clash Blitz game. After we beat them there, he decided to join us as well, so we were pretty happy to have him on the team, on the squad. He's in the leaderboards for 10v11, and just check out his attack. This is an anti-3 setup, but he got a pretty solid amount of percentage. So let's go ahead and take a look at how he does it. He sends a few bowlers just to kind of get rid of some of the structures, a few archers taking care of business, since, you know, those things aren't protected. So that was very good for him, just, you know, seeing that and taking care of that portion. And then after that, gets a pretty good amount of percent with the Gobo at the bottom portion. And even though there was a multi-inferno, he wasn't really worried there. So there goes the Golem with a few more bowlers, and then there goes the main squad to go into the core. So there goes the king and the queen, still has a heal and a rage spell. So check out how much value he gets right here. So the king and a few bowlers start walking, but the good thing is that the queen had the queen ability. The queen was able to help out with the single Inferno, and the bowlers took care of the town hall. The CC never even died, but he still got 64%, so very great job by Blue Hazard, taking care of business and getting that awesome 10v11. So anyways, thanks again for joining in, guys. This is DJ Clan Smasher, and I'll see you guys next time, and don't forget to keep calm and clash on.